what we think about group chat combos, right? And y'all know what we think about group chat combos, man. Go like, go comment, go subscribe, go add it on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and
YouTube.
YouTube to like, comment, subscribe.
Equal. Equal.
Group chat combos episode, new episode, back together.
Yo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going crazy lately, and the newest one, Junior.
You know what I'm
How you
saying?
doing, man?
What's up? What's
Chilling,
up?
man. Chilling. How y'all?
I'm good, man.
Living.
Living?
Yeah.
You just living, bro?
Yeah,
That's it? You just living, bro? That's it?
Hey, it's always good to be living.
Yep. That's true.
Word. Every day a good day.
So, interesting on this episode, Junior mentioned something while we were off camera talking about topics we'll talk about a little bit, and gave us a predicament we like to talk about.
Yes, sir.
I'll let you go ahead and explain it.
All right, shit, bro. What we had said? All right, yeah, facts. So let's say it's girl night. Your shorty go outside. You know what I'm saying? She about to pop out with her girls and shit. They outside and you see on her close friend. She posts, a Cuban around her neck. You don't know who Cuban that is. You ain't never seen that Cuban before. And then she deleted mad fast. So you call her, you like, yo, who Cuban you just had on? She like, I just met this dude. How you feeling about that? How you gonna come about that? She put on a random man
Like she was
Cuban.
at a random party. Like a
Nah,
party
she
by
was at a
herself.
club. She was at a club. She done ran into somebody, put the Cuban on, took a little picture and then posted it on her close friends. And you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta deal with it. How you come about it? Shit, me personally, she got me fucked up.
Yeah, that's a no.
That's a no.
That's a no.
Y'all niggas had to think about, man, it's a fuck
not even
no.
that. It's just like,
What are you doing?
I'm just like, damn.
Never.
Yeah.
About what
like,
you gonna do
damn.
though? Cause I might just straighten that. Let me not even say that. We on camera.
It's not even. It's not even like just a straight no. It's just like
if that ever happened, like off rip, like you out of here.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like-
before
Yeah.
any, I feel like when I see it, I'm gonna be like, just why? Like,
Yeah.
you could have done a million other things, but why? Like,
there's gonna
What?
be too many questions.
for one,
Too
you should have
many.
ran off on his dumb ass. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Cause why the fuck he give you his Cuban? This is already a stupid nigga. Like, come on. All right.
And it's probably fake.
At
That's gonna
that
make it
too.
worse.
At that
That's
too.
gonna make it worse.
At that
Yeah.
too. We don't had a million conversations about fake jewelry. Look what you doing.
That's
Looking
gonna make it
stupid.
worse. That's gonna
I
make it
head down
worse.
being a groupie. I feel like that's like groupie to the maximum. Like that's like when you've reached groupie level like a million at that point. Cause like you don't even know this man. You feel me? He can be the biggest thief in the city.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
And just rocking with him.
Especially if she's out with a group of her friends.
Yeah,
It's
like,
just like that means that's the whole group.
and then you look on a friend story, they all got Cubans on too. Now you sick. Oh man, he's some rich nigga, man.
Yeah.
You over there like, boy,
And you just got off work. You get on your phone. That's the first thing you see.
do not come home. Don't come home.
Don't come home.
Whatever you do, don't come home. Go to your friend's house.
But that situation, that's some shit that it's like I can't even think of what I do in that situation because I wouldn't even think.
I would be weak.
being in that situation.
Yeah, for real.
I would be so fucking weak. I would just be laughing because this shit is hilarious. This can't be real. That shit
Literally,
is,
I'd be like, I look up, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
like it's one thing. It's one thing. It's one thing.
you
You know, you
dumb?
just like let's flip the script. You know what I'm saying? Let's flip the script. You got. I can't even imagine why would I put on any shorty anything? You feel me? Like take a shorty hat off her head, throw it on. She gonna be mad at that. You already know how that's going. Like no, this just
And then you're
It's un-
recording yourself.
why you could have just done it.
Yeah.
What I don't know won't hurt me. So like why must you save the footage? You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like the whole sitting in the foreign, you're just breaking your neck for what? Like all right, we get it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Especially on vacation, that shit. No, just negative.
Negative.
Big city girl
Yeah.
shit. We're not doing
Literally.
that.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, if that ain't your shorty, you can't really trip. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then if you're in a situation where it's not even your girl, then it's like there ain't nothing you can do but take the L right there.
word.
Yeah.
And then you just then you really gonna be sick.
You gotta keep it pushing though.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Being
I'll hit up the friend, one or the other. If you like me, you gonna hit up a friend. Shit, I'm toxic. I don't give a damn. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. I'm finna hit up Stacy. Stop playing with me.
Carlos.
Carlos, yup.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn.
Our brother, my brother Carlos, he on the brother podcast, DPP, different
DPP.
perspective. Yeah,
Yep.
different perspective podcast. Yeah.
Yep.
We call him Toxic King, TK.
Telling you.
He the big TK.
Hey, we winning that life though, man. Whole life toxic right now, man. You
Future
gotta be a little
carrying.
toxic too. Hey,
Yeah,
shit.
future going crazy.
That big OG, you feel me? That big bruh. Be chilling all the time. That's my dog, man. That's like toxic nigga. Jesus.
So, what's your top 5?
Top 5 rappers
Yep. No, all time.
all time.
All time rappers. Not rappers, just
Yeesh.
anybody. All time. Your top 5 favorite
Artist, period.
Artists.
artists.
That's tough. That's tough to put in 5.
Before you get into that, I just kind of like to make it known. I feel like every guest from now on that we gonna have on here, we get in their top 5.
Yeah.
I
You know,
bet.
Whoever,
That's a fact.
Listen to this. Any future guest, top 5, you better be ready to have it when you come on.
Yep.
because-
Top 5 artists or just all time, period? That's
This-
hard, man.
You know what? We'll say it like this: top 5, like your top 5. It can be your personal top 5. You know that you fuck
Alright.
with personally, but at the same time, like still gotta be respectable top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5 go to starting with Jay-Z. Jay-Z up there. That's my number
Okay.
one, just point blank. Oh shit, this is tough.
It is tough.
Yeah.
The second one, the only motherfucker that can make me dance off rip, Michael Jackson. You throw
Okay.
on some Michael, I'm dancing. I know every word to it, and I ain't never bump it every single day. I don't even think I got an album of his downloaded on my shit, and I know every fucking word.
word.
It's
Oh my
just one
God.
of them artists, you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he just has that uncontrollable effect.
I listen to him.
Exactly. So it's just like,
Also, this
and it's great.
No order.
Okay.
My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's no order. Like you do your top 5. It don't
Alright,
gotta
bet,
be
bet,
like, you got Jay number 1 solid 5. It could be no order. Just
I
top
bet
5.
cool. And then Herbo in there too. I gotta throw G Herbo in there just cause shit, G Herbo kind of new, but I don't know. You know, you got that artist, that new artist that just clean to you. He just,
Yeah.
you know, he word his verses or whatever the case may be in just a language that you understand. I'll give it to Herb. Herb is somebody that I can like translate clearly when he on the mic. 4, fuck man, it's tough. Fucking.
So we got Mike, Jay, Herbo. G Herbo is a real that's a real like it's really respectable. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna have to go with on my 4th. Damn, bro. I only got 2 more, bro. I got too much slots to fill. God damn. All right, fuck it. Number 4, I'm gonna have to give it to. I have to give it to Fabulous, bro. I'm a different dude. You feel me?
Oh,
I grew
okay.
up on different music. You feel me?
Okay.
So
Fab.
Fab, like yo, that. Oh man,
Niggas don't know about Fabulous. if you ain't
it's so
really
much
listen to
shootout
them.
too, bro. Shit's stupid, bro. Shit's stupid. This what's the name of his second the Lost
It's a classic or is
it's a
one-
classic,
it's
man.
classic.
Loso Tape 2 or some shit like that. What is it called, man? I might be incorrect.
I ain't never really tapped into Fabulous for real. Like I've listened to a lot, like obviously, you know, his classic hits, I've listened to them, and like I've heard, you know, I've listened to like some of his freestyles and, you know, some of his like newer shit he's dropped, but I ain't really like
He's just one of the as far as just like, you know, punches and just having hooks and shit like, bro, that man's a genius at that shit, bro. His punch bars are retarded, bro, and his lyricism is retarded too. Like, if you really sit down and listen to Fab, you know what I'm saying? I remember in one of his verses he said, even heaven's gated, why would I trust you? You feel me? I feel like that's one of the verses by Fab that really woke me up, and I was like, yo, I fuck with Fab hard. You feel me? Like,
That's hard.
my sisters always listen to Fab hard too, so I always fuck with Fab. And number 5, probably just on some new shit, just because he always get me turned up. I'm gonna have to go with Baby. Lil Baby always turn me up.
Okay.
Lil Baby be speaking some shit for real.
Okay.
No cap.
So who we have?
I got Mike. You know what I'm saying? I got Herb. I got Fab. I got
Baby.
Baby.
And you got Jay.
And I got Jay.
Okay.
That's pretty.
Good list.
Yeah, that's pretty diverse.
that.
I ain't gonna lie. You know, you got some new in there. You got some old. You got some niggas like Herbo's gonna be Herbo's gonna be the type of nigga where 10, 20 years from now, we're gonna look back and be like, look at Herbo as a rapper who was like, he was one of those rappers that
I feel like
we
he
listened to back then.
I feel like Herb gonna have his sustainability just cause I feel like he's smarter and he might
Yeah.
speak on all the time and shit like that. Like if you just listen to his music, you can tell that his perspective on a lot of things that he been through and shit like that is a lot like more mature than most niggas in his little community of rappers, especially coming out of Chicago and stuff. That he has a different perspective and a different mindset when it comes to the things he's been through and the things he witnessed and shit like that. And I just feel like after the rap shit, every rapper knows like this rap shit is a roller coaster. So one day one day you're gonna be popping, next day you're gonna be relevant, But with him, I feel like he's gonna invest his money right or whatever the case may be. He doesn't speak on it much in his interviews and stuff, but I feel like he's gonna build his sustainability just off of being smart and probably just venturing out into businesses and stuff like that once he's not relevant in music. You feel me?
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of Herbo, and you can tell he's he's definitely he has that longevity. Like what's that shit he said in his song Statement? Some shit. How the fuck I
Yeah, he said how the hell we go to jail? We bought school.
Yeah, like some shit like that. Like he's doing shit. He's doing shit for his community. He's doing shit that's gonna like really make his name, hold that weight and stay like relevant.
Yeah.
No cap.
Lil Herb, like Pistol Pete Project.
Yeah, like
as long as he take care.
Yeah, for real.
As long as he take care of his environment, I feel like he'll be straight. Just even looking into that one situation where he got caught up with scamming or where he got locked up for it. He just gotta be careful with who he has around him because a lot of the time, people will ask you, what's, I've seen it getting a little bit more popular now. That shit going viral low key, but somebody asks, what's more important, the process or the destination, and they replied, the company. You feel me? Because truly, it's all about who you have around you and the people you decide to, invest time into and shit.
Yep.
So, and I mean that goes with most artists now. Most of their downfalls be coming from their environments and still trying to be around and start trying to keep that sustainability and that stain in the hood they grew up in, but they lose sight. Like, bro, the point of this shit is to get out. You feel me? So
yeah, I feel like for these rappers nowadays, like you gotta have, if you're gonna keep niggas around you from your hood that you go way back with. I feel like you gotta have them niggas that's gonna take that downfall for you if you are in those illegal activities. You gotta have them niggas, but at the same time, you can't have nobody who's really around you in your circle even be on no illegal shit. Once you get that much money, like all that shit, like you can't have none of that shit be connected to you. That
not at all.
That's kind of relevant to thug and gun and shit, but at the same time, like that's more of like that's more of like the police like plotting on them for years.
Yeah, and I mean everybody makes their own executive decisions for their life. So at the end of the day, you do what you want to do, and some people make mistakes. You feel me? Niggas be thinking outside of their pocket and shit, but in our reality, like if the people around you, if they gonna come with you, they have to be able to adapt. And it's like a car. You feel me? Like we got the engine, but you need the wheels, you need the doors, you need the steering wheel. Your partner's got to be able to like play their part in making this system run. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like, all right, we was doing what we was doing, what we do in the street, but bro, now we got an opportunity. All right, how are you gonna make yourself relevant to what I got going on? How you gonna make yourself beneficial to what I got going on? If you can't do that, if you can't readjust your mind, then you don't really care for, you don't really have good intentions for my career or my future, because you should be able to adapt. You feel me? You shouldn't be sinking me back into what we just got out of.
Facts.
And anybody really from the hood know the last thing you're trying to do is stay in it. So anybody captivating that image or trying to push that shit is they stuck in their own mind and their own border or guidelines and mind frame that they put for themselves. You feel me? Because shit, we all got opportunity out here equal, and especially when you got a door like that opening up to you. It's up to you to build the building or tear it down. You feel me? So that's why Jay-Z always gonna be number one. You feel me? Jay-Z always had that perspective and that mindset coming into the game. You feel me? Like off rip, you ain't never heard him talking about no killings and street. Like, I mean, of course he'll bring it up because it is what it is. But he always really founded his foundation and the structure of his career off of being a businessman and having a very sharpened IQ and a sharpened perspective on what it takes to play the system. You feel me? Because ain't no beating this shit. You got to play it. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why he's a billionaire.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy you mentioned Hove because at least me and Tyler, he don't fuck with them. But
you don't fuck with Hove, man? Hold on. We gonna get back to that, boy. You gonna have to explain that.
Don't listen to that nigga.
Y'all be beefing though, man. They shouldn't even be sitting next to each other. Who?
Is
Yeah, hell yeah. But just me personally, I just never, I wasn't old enough to even get brought up on Biggie or Pac. You feel me? So I can't sit here and be like, yeah, that's my like, nah, like I wasn't there. You feel me? I'm sure that the people that were there and got to witness Pac and feel that shit, they're gonna feel completely different. You
Yeah.
feel me? So,
Yeah.
and it's just me being honest. I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I'm an old school young nigga. No, I'm not really.
Yeah. What was you about to get into?
Anyways, but I was saying it's crazy you bring up Hov because me and Tyler, I love Hov. Like you say, he's a boss, bro. It's like, and just how he like just went about life. Like he really like just so focused. It's,
Captured.
it's something I look up to a lot.
Yeah.
I take a lot of lessons from. I try to watch any interviews he does. Just how he carries himself, his perspective on life in interviews I've heard is just like he's a real boss.
Yeah, he has a sharp IQ. So you gotta, if you ain't born into the shoes, if you ain't born into the shoes, you know, squeeze into the pair, squeeze into the size. You feel me? That's what you gotta do when, especially you're born on the outside. You feel me? You gotta squeeze yourself into the size shoe that fits until you stretch that bitch out a little bit. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying, the game ain't giving nobody. If you're born in an environment that only knows so much and only knows their environment, you know, what can they really teach you? And that's one thing I tell everybody. Like, you can't sit here and listen to a broke nigga giving you rich advice. That's cap. He'll be rich.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, and there's nothing you can really take around being in an environment or being in a hood or whatever the case may be where everybody has the same perspective. You feel me? So once you step out of that and choose to pay attention to the outside of the picture, not just, you know, the main part of it or whatever the case may be, you start to see a lot of other things. You feel me? So, and I feel like I picked that up more moving from New Jersey to North Carolina. I moved from New Jersey to North Carolina when I was in 7th grade. You know, that's a culture shock. You feel me? Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. We had one white boy in school. Like, no cap. When I got here, it was different. I was at Holbrook, you know. So I'm like, bro, what is going on right now? You know, so even just opening up my mind and having to adjust, you know, to the yes ma'ams and the no sirs and having to be here and adjust my mind into playing my part and being able to be slick and get away with things how I did. You know, being a pretty boy, that's what I fucking survived doing, just being slick and getting away with things. I had to learn how to adjust that shit now and come about the difference. So once you learn how to do that, it teaches you that, yo, life is about durability. You feel me? Like, you can go strong in one lane, but if you switch lanes and now you lost durability, bro, you ain't as strong as you think you is. You feel me? So
it's crazy. You know, you brought up that fucking yes ma'am, no ma'am shit. I remember went up to my mom one day back when I was a fucking little ass kid. Went up to her, she said some shit, and I was like, yes ma'am, and she was like, what the fuck? She was like, you know, she told me off rip. She was like, don't be saying no yes ma'am to me. She was like, I'm not 60 years old. And she like, and regardless, like, when you refer to me, when you talk to me, you know, all I need is a yes from you. You know, I don't need that yes ma'am shit. And I told her, I was like, that's what they want me saying in school. They want me, these fucking old ass fucking teachers in North Carolina want me saying yes ma'am to them, like I'm goddamn, like they like fucking, they my mama.
Yeah, man. But you know, it has its pros and weird cons. You feel me? Because like, you know, you come around people that are from New Jersey. You know, you're able to adapt to them and talk. They talk like, hell yeah, bro, got that, nah, whatever the case may be. But then you come around Southern people and you already know how to come. You feel me? You run into a Southern folk and you can feel that Southernness coming out of them. So you're able to use that. You feel me? So I feel like, you know, just like your mom said, like, you know, you don't have to use that with me. Because I'm not a Southern mama. That's not my culture. You feel me? But it's equipping you with tools and equipping you with different, you know, weapons to use when you're coming across day to day, you know, conversations with different people. And, you know, that's what life is. You feel me? You got to take every conversation with somebody serious because life is all about the law of attraction. You feel me? Every decision, every second of the day. You feel me? Every millisecond is a decision. You feel me? So,
and like you said, you know, use that to advantage because, like, I feel like me personally, when I'm talking to, like, you know, whoever I'm talking to, a specific person, like, especially if it's like, you know, an older lady or female, like, I can kind of tell off rip if they want, like, if they like to hear a yes ma'am from me or if it's cool with just saying, like,
that shit gets you farther than you ever know too.
I have a question for you. And obviously, I've got this vibe. We've talked off camera, you know, worked out. I've got this vibe from you before and shit. But it's really like you talking and seeing your perspective on life. You seem very self-aware and tuned with yourself. Do you think that's because, like you mentioned, on moving and at that age, and like you're saying, having to adjust and adapt?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I mean, shit. Anybody from New Jersey is gonna be aware. Their awareness level is gonna be probably like, you know, 50 times over,
Yeah.
you know, your regular Southern person, just simply because everything's so compact. You got to be watching over every corner. You walking across the street, you don't pass 5 alleyways, so you got to make sure you ain't get snatched up. You know what I'm saying? So your awareness level is gonna be up, but I can say that, you know, I've been my personal background and my personal timeline. You know, it's put me in positions that were kind of awkward for me. You feel me? So it made me. It forced me to change my perspective and change the way I was doing things. Because one thing I got taught is like, you know, we got this bottle of beer here, we got this bottle of beer here, 2 different bottles. It's the same idea, right?
Yeah.
He ain't come up with nothing new.
Yeah.
But what he did it different, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something I always picked up on life. It's like you ain't really got to do something ain't nobody ever done before, but just do it in your own way. And moving here and being up north, I had to figure out my own way of, like, you know, moving around, still being able to captivate the culture that I was brought up on, and still being able to, like, take the good from here. You feel me? Because I feel like a lot of the times people are just scared of things they don't know. They're scared to be put in uncomfortable positions and shit.
Absolutely.
And really, like, you know, shit in life, you gonna fail. You feel me? If you gonna fail forward. You gotta see what the hell hits you. Don't fall backwards. You feel me? And not trying to do something, being scared to be put in a uncomfortable position, or moving different, talking different, dressing different, whatever the case may be, to be able to benefit you in the situation. But that's nothing but adapting to your environment and being a lethal weapon. You feel me? So I've always just looked at it like that, just off of just trying to make my way here, build connections, having no family out here. You got to build ties and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that shit just came natural to me at one point.
Hell yeah. So it seems like you've got out of your comfort zone a lot.
Hell yeah.
So how do you view like that now? Like,
Say fuck it.
because obviously, like, okay, I have a question. Do you look back? Because I look back on things that happened, like, in my life and stuff that I thought were, like, tragic and just, like, I'm down and out. And now I look at it like, that shit really made me stronger.
Yeah, but don't let go of the pain. You feel me? That pain is what drives you. Feel me? Like,
oh, absolutely.
and I mean, that's one thing I've always said is just like, shit, you might look back and be like, damn, I fucked up, but hold on to that. You feel me? That shit gonna avoid 10 million other fuck ups. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, shit, I've always just had a fucking mentality. You feel me? If you ever known me, I'll just be like, fuck, I'll just try something off, and if it makes sense to me in my head, I'm gonna do it. You feel me? So, and I guess just like I said, coming back to just moving from Jersey to here, I never imagined that. You know, my family's roots in Jersey was so thick that I never thought I'd get out of there. So when I came here, it was just like I let go of that fear of not knowing what's on the other side of the door. You feel me? So, and I feel like that's what a lot of people, you feel me? Like, shit, this is my first interview. You feel me? Just going at it head first. You feel me? Never talked on the mic, but you just gotta just do shit and not really think about how you look. You feel
So
me?
what would you say to people that are like, that fear drives their life?
Tighten the fuck up.
They're so scared to just
Lock in for I tweak out, folks. That's all you gotta do. Lock in for I tweak out. If you wanna fail, bro. That's up to you, bro. Like, shit, ain't nobody got time to sit here and give you no pep talk every day. Look that shit up on YouTube if you want. But realistically, all I'm gonna tell the motherfucker that's scared is, you scared, the next man not. It's up to you. You feel me? And I promise you that next man probably scared as hell too.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like, you know, at the end of the day, when you look at it, you know, you look at, like, you know, shit that you fear, and, like, you know, like, just like taking that next step forward. I feel like at the end of the day, it's other, like you said, it's if you not taking that next step, it's somebody else gonna take that next
it's
step.
up to you, bro.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, even if you know, kind of scared to take that next step, shit, there's people who's in the same position as you, you know, like, and I think one big thing is just like, you don't really got to do everything by yourself, you know, and you never really end shit completely by yourself.
No cap.
You know, like, us as men, we always gonna handle all our shit. At the end of the day, we gonna handle our shit by ourselves. What we got to get done, we can
Good
do
ones.
it. You know, we could do it completely on our own. But at the same time, like, it's niggas like us. You know, we all trying to go up right now. You know, we all trying to get better. So it's like, I feel like there's no reason to be like, damn, like, you kind of like, you just not comfortable in taking that next step, and then you look at it and you're like, oh well, nobody else is doing this shit. Like, fuck that. You know, you can't think like that, because then now you not only stopping yourself from getting better, and you stopping yourself from doing, you know, and achieving what you really want to do. You're stopping yourself, and you're stopping yourself from fucking meeting the people to even help you do that shit. You know?
Exactly. I mean, and it's just like a damn house. You feel me? A clean house was once a mess, and that's why it's clean now. You feel me?
Never heard that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be scared to fuck yourself unless you never learn how to fuck yourself. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just like a car. If a car never broke down on you, you'll never know how to. If you ain't never got a flat tire in the car, you'll never know how to jack a tire. You feel me?
Yeah.
You gotta get fucked to unfuck yourself, and that's just the way life go. You feel me? So
Take
shit.
everything as a lesson.
Yeah, just stop being.
You have to take it because if you don't take it for a lesson, then you keep getting fucked over.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be emotional, nigga. Motherfuckers be trying to run around like they rocks, and this is something that a lot of men do. You feel me? We hold this masculine urge to always act like everything okay, like we ain't gotta cry, and then what we do is bottle everything up and probably take it out on your shorty or take it out on your mother or take it out on the next man, or whatever the case may be, because you want to sit here and bottle. Bro, it's alright, bro. If you gotta cry for 10 minutes, give yourself 10 minutes to cry and then get right. You feel me? That go for every human being, bro. You know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Not to cut you off, but we were literally talking about this like last week. Like, I completely agree with you. If you're a man, you know, get it off your chest, but in your own way. But some men be acting like females doing it in public. Like, I feel like as a man, you should never really like cry or really lose your composure. Or anything in public.
I mean, shit.
Very weak
I mean, shit happens, but like truly, if it don't come out naturally, it's just forced. You feel me? And like, I just feel like if you are walking around as a man of value, you can't risk the liability of sitting here and having a fucking temper tantrum or whatever in public. You feel me? And that's why you have your time of space. And a lot of men don't invest in or indulge in enough personal, you know, digging or learning themselves and learning how to control their emotions and shit. Like, bro, you're not a robot, bro. You know, it's not true. You feel me? And I feel like the hoest thing, the most bitches, excuse me, you know what I'm saying, the most female thing a man can do is possibly sit here and blow up either on a female or the people that love him the most. You feel me? You sitting here yelling and blowing up on the people you love the most. That's the biggest hoest thing you can ever do. You feel me? Because realistically, somebody will gonna respect you more. Like, yo, I'm not having a good day, bro. Just give me, you know what I'm saying? Give me some. Oh, yo, let me sit down for 30 minutes and just, you know, let my emotions marinate or whatever the case may be. People walk around with their emotions on their sleeve, and that's why a lot of the times, you know, that's what they act on. That's what they make decisions on, and that's not smart. You feel me? That's not tactical thinking.
Yeah.
And in a world like this, bro, tactical thinking is what you need to survive for real. Because
To thrive, really.
ain't no space in this world for that shit,
So
bro.
when did you realize that as a man? Because we've all realized that, you know, we've all done it. So, but when did you? I want to get all y'all's
Shit.
answers, by the way.
So like growing up with my dad, like shit, I was normal, you know, the yelling, whatever, physical abuse. But then we left him, and you know, my mom had met her stepdad and shit, and it was good for years. It was good for like 4 or 5 years, and towards the end, shit just started to go left. He started talking to her crazy and stuff like that, and it wasn't until, you know, I looked at myself one day and I was like, yo, I can't be mad at him for talking to my mom crazy when I talk to my mother crazy when she pissed me off.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's just like my car. If I'm in my car and you see me ashing on the floor, I'm spilling drinks, throwing shit in my back seat, how you gonna treat my car? The same fucking way. You gonna ash on the floor too. You gonna throw the drink in the back seat, because that's how I'm treating what I love. If you treat what you love with disrespect, everybody else around you gonna disrespect it too. You can't be mad at nobody else but your damn self, because you ain't loving it yourself. That's like a nigga stealing your bitch. You wasn't loving your bitch properly, bro.
Yeah.
And another nigga came in and loved it properly. Why? Who you mad at? And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn that in life, you learn that love is reciprocated in many different ways. But as far as materials and just being there, that ain't it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for even your dogs and how you speak to your dogs. You feel me? Like, you know, I might call Stowe a bitch one day, but now I look at him, I'm like, I'm just playing, bro, because I would never really disrespect you like that. You know what I'm saying? And how you talk to your dogs is how you allow other people to talk to your people. So that's what I learned. You feel me? You don't want nobody to treat your shit the way you treat your shit when you don't realize how you treating your shit.
Yeah, exactly. And
Facts.
I mean, go ahead, or you go ahead.
Yeah, let me go ahead. So for me, it was whenever my parents divorced. That kind of just threw me into the role of kind of being the head of the household. You know, my brother moved out, my sister was out, so I just kind of had to focus on what I had to do. You know, but yeah, there's a lot to life that makes you really want to focus on becoming yourself, building yourself up from the ground up. You know, especially whenever you don't have that role model per se to do it for you. You know. Like, you know, if you don't have that support system and, you know, it's not working out for you, and you don't have somebody that's going to guide you, you know, give you that necessity that you need in order to thrive, you know, do it yourself, you know, get help, build yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that's kind of how it is. Like, to answer your question, Eli, I guess for me it was kind of like I used to be real like hot headed. I used to like get like real mad. Like, I used to like, and this is like talking like 16, 17, 18. When I'm thinking that like I'm really a man type shit, and I'm really not. Like, used to get in like real ass fights with my dad and shit like that. And like, Eli, you met my pops before, and like thinking me to get in a fight with my pops, like if y'all was to meet him, you would think like, damn, you wouldn't even think about no shit like that. But I used to just be like, I used to just get mad. I think I probably say the biggest, like, I guess the main time when I realized like I can't, like, I really got to change how my emotions are is like literally got into a fight with him. I'm literally fighting with him. Fucking got my brother Lorenzo. He comes. He's trying to stop that shit. I end up getting a fight with him, and then I got down, go inside, blah blah shit like this. My fucking started talking to my mom and shit upstairs, and literally cussing her out, blinking on her and everything like that, make her cry, and it's just like end up fucking motherfuckers in the neighborhood and ran low, called the cops, shit like that for everything. I end up dipping, went to my boy's crib, came back like the next morning type shit. But it's like I sat there and I realized, like, especially I think it really hit me with my mom, because I'm sitting there, all she's trying to do is talk to me. She's trying to figure out like what I'm so mad about, like, she's trying to figure out why I'm fighting my family and shit like that, cussing her out, making her cry and shit. And it's just like I just had to realize, like, damn, like, she ain't even do nothing. At the end of the day, my pops really didn't do nothing. My brother Lorenzo, he ain't really do nothing. But this, like, they love me. So the way, the way I was acting, the emotions, how I was acting, like, if that was anybody else, they're not letting me back into that crib. If that was, if, my parents, if that happened with somebody else that wasn't family, that happened inside my crib, like, them motherfuckers never coming back inside. Like, they never stepping back in. But my parents, welcome me back in without nothing. So it's like I sat there and it's like, it's just, you can't, like you said, you can't really wear your emotions on your sleeve.
And
you can't.
I feel like as humans, excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like as humans, we can't hold it. We can't be too guilty for it either, because, naturally, you become accustomed to things. It's just like a dog. You feed a dog at a certain time, take it to go pee at a certain time, whatever the case may be. It gets accustomed to that. You feel me? So even as a human being, like, you get accustomed to love. You get so used to somebody being around and tolerating you, and people don't realize that. That's what love is. Like, love is not how much you love in a person, it's how much you can deal with them. You feel me? Because you can run into somebody that's perfect, and there's just that one thing you can't deal with. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in life, like, we get so accustomed to the love around us, we forget to cherish it. Because we're so used to it being there and it's present, and you lose sight of what's present for you. You feel me? So nobody should really be ever too guilty for acting like that and moving like that. Just be aware of that shit. You feel me? And when it happens, don't be scared to be like, y'all fucked up, my bad, I'm sorry, and pay back for your mistakes, because that pain should live with people for a minute. You feel me? So
yeah, definitely. And I think that the way I look at it, I guess from my own personal experience, is like somebody who can't fully handle their emotions. Somebody who is gonna take, blow up on their girl, blow up on their mom, especially the females in their life. Like, if you can do that and like you feel comfortable, doing that, like, you're not really a man. Like I ain't saying that you can't get mad at none of the females you have in your life or some shit, but you can't go and blow up and cuss them out and fucking and like literally degrade them and fucking make them feel like shit because you mad, because the emotions you got. I feel like that's just like any nigga who does that, I don't really look at them as like a man for real, because you haven't got to the point where you really need to, where you can really understand like who you have in your life and how you supposed to treat them, regardless if you really love them,
Exactly.
And it's like, if you can't see that and you fucking 22, 23, 24 plus type shit, then it's like, I'm fucking.
And there's really grown men out here. They're grown ass men out here that really still cannot control their emotions.
Yeah.
Y'all get some help, bro. For real.
3 times the age that you just said they're grown
Like,
men.
ASAP.
Niggas be
40,
fucking,
50,
40,
60 years old doing
40,
that.
45,
Y'all boys are
shit like
y'all
that.
delusional. You understand me?
That's crazy y'all say that, because like for me, like hearing all y'all sounds like y'all had like not that specific moment, but like a specific moment you can really go to. For me, it was really like, it was honestly just a whole fucking process.
Yeah.
It was like, cause I moved out on my own, like right after high school, due to certain circumstances, and like all of a sudden, and fucking it was like, first time out, or at least for me, my parents were super fucking strict. It's my first time really out in the world, no shackles, nothing. So I was really really wild. And I just think, and it's just like growing and learning myself more. And then I'm a real visual person, so I like to study successful people. I want to be very successful in life. So just study their habits and how they move, and just you taking everything in and realizing if you continue down this road, you'll never get to where you really want to get to. This is holding you back. You not being able to control yourself in certain situations, because it will only, it's like a snowball. It only gets worse if you don't get a grip on it right now. It was just like a whole like really process for me, and all of a sudden like something's clear. It's like,
yeah, you start to look back and you're like, oh shit, it's
Yeah,
a pretty
really,
big,
like,
this a big ass fire I just started. Like
Yeah.
shit. And then you take your time, start putting it out, and you start looking back like, damn, like why was I acting like that right there? You know what I'm saying? And then as you're stepping through ashes, you're like, fuck, I did all this. You feel me? And you know, I feel like what you just said is dope too, because you have a different perspective just on the way, you know, I guess the side of the fences are built in our country. You feel me? You either got good parents or, you know, you got parents that weren't really there. You feel me? So it's a dope perspective, because you got to realize that like struggle doesn't come with a financial statue or pay grade or whatever the case may be. Struggle is struggle, and everybody go through.
Everyone struggles.
Yeah.
Everybody. It don't matter. You got a big ass house with a picket fence, or you living in the gutter. Pain is pain.
Yeah.
No cop.
and another thing, it was like, and I just like, you know, when I was going through that whole process, everything, I was just looking at like certain people, like I said, studying successful people, and then I'd even look at like people that like I've known my whole life or anything. You'd be like, well, why? Maybe how come they're not where they should be? You know, financially, wherever, blah blah blah. It's like when you think about it, like actually evaluating, like just looking at certain situations, like they're a very emotional person.
Yeah.
I can see how certain decisions they've made, because when you make a decision emotionally, it's not a rational decision. You can't think clearly when your emotions are heightened. Like you scientifically, you can't. When your adrenaline is through the roof and
Testosterone
everything,
fucking
all that
blasting.
shit's going crazy, you logically can't just sit there and make a good decision right then and there.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think like, I'm sure we can all be like this. We've made decisions in that state of mind.
Of course.
And when we look back, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That self-reflecting is key.
It is.
Yeah, and
That's what builds a better man in yourself.
yeah, and it's not easy. That's the main thing. Like, it's not easy to look at what you did and really be like, you know, that wasn't the right shit. You know, it's like because you can especially if we're talking in terms of like letting your emotions like, you know, dictate your decisions and shit. Like, it's easy to look back and be like, that was the right choice. You know, I was fucking mad, so this is what I did because I was mad. But it's like,
Shit, I did something yesterday. I'm like, stupid.
I feel like,
Yeah.
What was you doing, bro? What was you
and I
thinking?
feel like no matter if you say that, like, fuck that, I was in the right, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you, let's say you just get in an argument, for example, like, fuck that, I'm in the right. You always know, something in your soul knows that wasn't right.
Yeah.
No matter
Of
if you want to
course.
acknowledge it or not.
yeah,
I mean, I just feel like, bro, it just depends what you got going on and what the fuck the argument's about. You know, like, you can ask him, I'm an argument, I will go. You feel me? You really get me there and you turn me, I will go. But, like, you know, even in the last, like, he know, like, yo, in the last, like, 8 months, bro, I really focused on that and just being able to be like, all right, you got it. You know, because you got to realize that, like, yo, you be so mad that you're mad, right?
yeah.
Why the fuck you still mad then? Stop. Like, why are you making you mad that you mad? You mad that they don't fucked up your day or whatever case may be, but you allowed them to do that. So, like, you feel me? Like, it's as easy as the green and the red button on your phone. You can choose what you answer to and what you don't. You feel me?
Yep.
What you want in your life, what energies you want in your day right now. You only got 24 hours. You feel me? So you choose what energy and what you want to consist of your day. You feel me? And if somebody calling your phone tripping, don't sit here and entertain that. Bro, bye.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot, and this is not my day right now. I'm having a great day.
There's a great quote by Eric Thomas that, like, literally explains that. Probably he has this one thing he said. He's like, you know, he's talking about, he's a motivational speaker, talks about grinding and shit, but he was like, you saw something that turned you off and made you have a bad day. Look at something that turned you back up.
It's that
Yep.
easy.
Straight
you
like
feel me?
that.
Yeah.
Right back to it.
Get right back.
It's
to
like,
it.
you know what I'm saying? If I told you, yo, here's $21 billion, right? And you get the $21 billion and you lose $1 million. And you get mad as fuck. You're like, yo, fuck the whole money, bro. Fuck the 21. Fuck all this money, bro. I don't even want none of it no more. Why the fuck would you do that? You know, so 10 seconds of your day was bad, so you made the rest of your day, you just threw the whole rest of your day away. You're not going to do that with that money. Just because you lost $1 million of that 21 billion, you're not going to throw the rest of the 21 billion away. That's not true.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah,
me?
exactly. So, you know, you put that shit in just different scenarios, different situations. And like that shit you said where you be mad and then you get mad because you're already mad and then you keep being fucking mad. Like that's the truest.
You're mad because your day's mad. Stop being mad, stupid. Like
Like
go smile at some shit. Turn on a funny movie or something. I throw on high, bro. I'm gonna be laughing right now. Guaranteed.
like you can, and it's like I think that everybody has their shit that when they're mad, no matter how fucking mad you are, you know you got something that's gonna make that you can either turn on or you can just go do. Like you got.
If you
something.
don't find it
Yeah,
ASAP
like,
because it's
yeah.
very important, bro. Like whenever you get in that state of mind, which is, and it doesn't even have to be anger, bro, confusion, whatever the case may be, you got to find something that's just like, all right,
Something that's
relax,
grounding,
bro. Yeah,
you know.
just chill, bro. Let go. Stop thinking for a second. You know, that's just important, bro. And the more you grow, the more you realize that when we're kids, we look at shit like meditation and stuff like that, like, oh, that's childish, that's stupid to speak on. But the more grown you get and the more
Facts.
responsibilities you get, you're like, yo, damn, bro, I need to breathe. Like,
I
Yeah.
never thought I'd
I
be
never
into
want to
meditation.
breathe so bad.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be into meditation. Are you into meditation?
Yeah, kind of. I can't say I
It
sit
sounds
down
like
and
you do it in your own way.
my
Like,
own
you do it
terms,
your
yeah.
own- yeah,
Yeah.
my own little way.
Not the like a stereotypical.
Yeah, you will never see me sitting here doing my woosahs and shit, but
do it your own
I do
way.
that.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
do my
you-
woosah. I'm a woosah motherfucker.
shit.
I think
Hey,
that.
I sit in a dark room for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Lights out, everything. Just sit there.
I
Yeah,
ain't gonna lie, I
Hold
smoke.
myself.
it's,
Close my eyes.
it's like
Focus
Yeah,
on
to each his
myself.
own.
Sit back, roll
Yeah.
up some CBD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Siebes.
have a great day. You feel
you
me?
just have to. You have to have those times where like you're able to like, I guess you could say like be disconnected from fucking
The
everything.
gym is like
and-
that for me.
Yeah, that as well. You know what I'm saying? But that scientifically proves that, like,
yeah,
like if you don't believe us, bro, just look it up. This shit is facts, bro. This shit helps relieve a lot of stress and toxins in the body, bro. It's just facts. Just take a jog, sweat, releases toxins, guaranteed. But nah, yeah, man. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of things that you just start adjusting to when you get older and you start looking at like, yo, a lot of the shit that sounded cliche when we were young makes a lot of fucking sense now.
Yeah.
You know?
Comes back around to you, you know.
Yeah, I think that, in my opinion, I think that TV and media plays a big part, especially for our generation, played a big part into
Still plays a big part.
into looking at shit that we seen when we were younger, that we see, you know, when we start getting older, especially if you're looking at like our teenage years, like 15, 16, you know, year old nigga, look at shit and you think that shit is stupid because of how it's portrayed on TV, how it's portrayed in media, until you go and do some research into it, until you go and realize like what you really benefit from it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like, you know, with all that, it's just territorial exercise, and you know that comes back to our topic earlier. It's just to stop being scared to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. You know, territorial exercise is very fucking important. You know, I had somebody, I forgot who the hell told me. I'm pretty sure it was like one of my OGs or something like that. But he told me, he was like, well, when you go into an ice cream shop, do you only see vanilla? No. You see chocolate, cotton candy, birthday cake, all that. You got to be able to fulfill your life and fulfill your head and with different perspectives of life and different territories, different environments, try the TikToks and try to dance, try everything, bro. You know, if you selling a product, if you selling shirts, try sweats, try socks, try everything. You feel me?
Yep.
Because you got to keep shooting until something start making sense. Once something start making sense, commit to it, you know. But I feel like a lot of people commit to things that don't really make sense. And it's like, you just committed 100% of everything in you to something that's not even making sense yet, you know?
Love.
And a lot of people will tell you the opposite. They'll be like, oh, nah, in order to be successful in something, you have to commit. That is bullshit. If you have $1 million, you're going to invest your whole $1 million into one business.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking not. It's not true. And the most valuable asset you have in the world is your time. So it's up to you what you do with it.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of these athletes nowadays are fucked up in the head, because they invested 100% of their time into something that
They don't
didn't happen.
identified as an athlete.
Yeah.
Life.
now you ain't make it through the draft and you're confused with your life. You feel me? That's not true. You know, you can be very consistent in something and fulfill yourself every single day while also doing other things. You feel me? So
Yeah.
don't ever commit to something till it start making sense. You feel me? Like yo, this is actually a funny ass story, man. I was in Miami, bro, and I met T-Pain, bro, on a fucking boat. T-Pain came up to me and I asked him. I said I was young too. I was like 16, 17 when I moved to Miami. I was like 16, 17, met T-Pain on the boat. And he looks at me and I was like, yo, what's a piece of advice just, you know, for a young nigga trying to come up? He's like, would you rather be 10% of $1 million or 100% of $1,000? He was like, think about that and then talk to me later. I never saw him again, but I'm like, yo, what the fuck did that mean? You know,
Yeah.
he never talked to me again. You feel me? That was all I got out of him, but I was like, yo, what the fuck did that mean? And the more it kept marinating, I chose 10% of a million. You know, 10% of a million is 100,000. Just doing the math, I knew that was the right answer until I started thinking about what was he trying to say figuratively, you know. And I was like, okay, Elon Musk is not Elon Musk without his team, and without his engineers, his mechanics, his scientists. He's 10% of a million, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have this cocky ass attitude on, I gotta do this on my own. I gotta do this by myself. No help, no help, no help. Well, okay, that's fine. But if this guy's gonna loan me $100,000, I'm gonna take that fucking $100,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna make it 200, break him off his 110, and keep going. It's not the truth, you know. So you have to be able to. If the pressure's getting heavy, up to capacity, and that shit won't be as heavy. You feel me? So. That's how I always had that mindset when it comes to just anything you do. You know what I'm saying? Never try to just sustain or commit to one thing. Do a lot of different shit. You feel me? It'll make you a lot stronger. You're equipped with a lot of different skills, and you know, how you gonna lose, bro? When you got an answer for everything.
Yeah, it's like I guess something I like to say with that. I was talking to my homeboy Dre, right? You know, we was just chopping it up. You know, we was talking about like, you know, the podcast. You know, we was talking just about like. He's talking about how he's kind of trying to get into like creating content, you know, just doing some shit, right? And you know, we started talking about like, you know, I was letting him know what's good with, you know, like our YouTube videos, everything like that. And you know, we started talking about like editing and like, you know, kind of the shit that, you know, we're going through learning how to edit and shit. And he was like, well, you know, you can always go and hire a nigga off like Fiverr or some shit to edit the videos. And I was like, yeah, we could, but I was like, but at the same time, it's like the process of learning how to edit the shit is what makes it really worth it.
Okay.
And really like just learning that skill, like we can learn how to edit videos, and then we could still go and hire a nigga to edit our videos.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
Like, you know, we can
equip the skill, but then you know, convenience is power.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, we know how to edit the shit. If we need to, we can go edit that shit ourselves. And then if a nigga sends us some shit we don't like, we go in and fix it ourselves. You know, and then it's like, and then you start, you know, networking out to them. You start talking to these. You know, somebody wants to, you know if you know how to edit videos. Yeah, I do. You know? Even if I'm not fucking using that shit, even if I'm paying a nigga to do it, I still know how to do it. You know,
for real.
Like,
and that's that structure. That's that backbone.
Yeah, and like for Stony Mountain, for example, like there's definitely a lot of components into like doing Stony Mountain. Like we've had to go through a couple of screen printers and like screen printing companies to find the right one that fits us. You know, because like again, every company. Just like a lot of people who come there, like everything's unique, you know. Might be one, might be 1,000.
Yeah.
But it caters to what you want, you know.
Yeah.
That's ultimately the biggest factor into like having a team as well. Like you have to play your role as whatever percent that you're putting yourself in there. Like, you know, if you want to take on a lot more and have a bigger percentage, then you have to take on that much responsibility and act accordingly, you know.
Yeah.
You can't bite off too much. You can't bite off more than you can chew, you know.
Yeah.
And I think hearing a lot of, and I mean, I'm sure y'all have too, like hearing a lot of people, a lot of successful people, their stories, it's like everyone pretty much says the same thing. Once they get to a certain level, it's like the higher they get, the less work they do.
Yeah.
And they said that's how it's supposed to be. You
just
start delegating and everything like that. And that's honestly the point where I want to be, to where it's like anything I don't want to do, honestly, it's like someone else takes care of it. They're the best of the best at it. I hired them.
Yep.
We have the same vision. We're on the same. Everything's on the same page, but they're gonna take care of it.
Yep.
I'm gonna do this because this is what I want to do.
Yep. And this is how I need to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Other than that, hire the best of the best out of what you find. And,
Yeah.
You know,
stagger it down accordingly. You know, have it running through all channels properly.
literally.
Yeah, and it's like an example with that. My the fucking owner of Shane's Rib Shack, right? I don't work there no more. So I was about to say my job, but fuck that. I don't work there no more. But you know, the owner, like he owns like 4 or 5 stores.
God
right?
damn, I was trying to steal that shit.
And that nigga, like, he owns all these stores, and he comes to all the stores personally himself, you know, to you know, check with the GM of each store that he has a GM for, or, you know, just to see how shit is running and everything like that. And it's like, I was talking to the GM that works at the store that I was working at, and it's like, he was talking about how he's trying to pretty much get into a role of, like, a district manager, where instead of the owner having to go and fucking go to all his stores, he needs to have somebody hired to go to all his stores. That's all in it. That's from like here to like South Carolina type shit. And I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, like if I was the owner, if I was that nigga, I would have been had somebody doing that shit.
Been done that.
You know, so that now I'm focusing on other shit. Like fuck just the nigga has a store. He has all these stores. He has everybody that's running it for him. But at the same time, like I know the nigga wants to be hands on, but like your shit would run better if he had somebody doing that job. Because now he can focus on really how to make the stores better. You know?
Yeah, but that's facts. But also like like you said earlier, like y'all can hire an editor right now, but you choose to take your time and create that sustainability. So and he's probably doing the same on his end. It's just more of a creating his sustainability, so he could tell his manager like, all right, this is exactly what you need to look for when you come, because I already know I've been doing this for 3 years. You feel me? So this is what you. And now it's more of a, when you finally get to let go of it and you get to have that time to yourself, you ain't gotta have that worrying thought in the back of your head like, all right, what if?
Yeah, you ain't got the thought of like,
what if he fucking up? What about it? I forgot to tell him to check on something or whatever the case. Yeah. You'll have that all covered, So you have to build that consistency in order to have that structure and that strong structure. Because it's easy to build a structure, but not a solid one.
Yeah, that's proficient.
It's like Kanye. You feel me? His fucking structure, it collapsed.
Yeah.
Collapsed right before his eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had a good lady that saved him and got him up out of that. But I bet you his structure now is as solid as it ever come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his kids too.
Yeah, because I mean, you think about it, we could get a whole bunch of fucking popsicle sticks and make a little fucking house right here on the table, but you can goddamn knock that shit off on the floor and that shit'll fucking break easily.
The table ain't gonna go down that damn.
Yeah, we can pick this table up, flip it over. It's still gonna be. I mean, depending on how hard we do it.
And that goes back to durability. It's just what you can. It is what you can withhold and withstand. You feel me? That comes with life too. Life ain't gonna be perfect. It ain't gonna be sweet all the time. But
you have to learn how to weather the storm.
Hell yeah, be a thug. You feel me? Thug it out. And this is for everybody, not just for the dudes, for the females too. Rihanna said it best. You feel me? Not all days are pretty days. Just put your makeup on, smile, and act it out. You feel me? Play the role. That's what you gotta do. You feel me? And then, like I said earlier, just take your time and be like, all right, let me hurt real quick, and then I'm gonna get back right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back right.
And even if we talk about us doing this podcast and the structure of it, like we've had 2 niggas on here. Shout out Malik, shout out CZ LaFleur, and shout out Zach Somerville. They're doing their own thing. They got the shit that they're going on. They started it. They started this with us. And they got their, they got the shit that they got going on, everything like that. Had to take a step back, kind of hop out of it. But like the structure, regardless, if that nigga Malik, he had his shit he was doing, Zach had his shit he was doing, and kind of wasn't, as into it as me, Eli, and Tyler was, before Cristo joined, like. Our structure from us 3 was still holding that shit up, It was still, it still kept.
And the Boys Goes to Worst is still there.
Yep. Yeah, we still going, and like I'm not saying nothing. Like I'm not talking down them niggas at all.
No.
I love them boys, but it's like.
But it's just about not having all your eggs in the same basket, and anybody doing anything, it don't matter how you make money. If you ever make money, just know, 10% spend that, 90% put it in the purse. You feel me? Always have that mindset, because you look at a billionaire or a millionaire. They have 10 businesses. 3 go bankrupt. You think they hearing about them shits? Yeah, everybody talking about the 3 bankrupt businesses, that, but they don't care. They over there laughing. They got 7 other businesses still running.
Yeah.
They structure is nowhere near falling. And as soon as you thought them 3 went bankrupt, he got 6 more ready to line up. You feel me?
He got 2 opening in the next few months, and he got 5 that's in the works. That's gonna open up within the next year or 2.
Exactly. So every young person, anybody out here just listening, just try to fulfill yourself and equip yourself with enough skill to never lack in any environment, any situation. Always have an answer for something. You feel me? Because it's the most beneficial tool you could possibly ever have in your arsenal. It's just always being able to have an answer, even if you out in public and you see somebody reading a book, you ain't never read a book a day, and you're like, oh, I love that book. Yeah, chapter 2, crazy, Now you don't spark the conversation with this person. They obviously real, but they bought something, Yeah. But it's just being able to equip them skills, you feel me? Them communication skills, adapting to your environment. I learned that when I was young, you feel me? Just always try to adapt to your environment and take out of something and create something even when there's nothing there. You feel me?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a fact.
But yeah, man, I think this was a pretty smooth podcast. Kind of literally was like a little last minute podcast, day of.
Yeah, no cap.
And Shit was fucking.
We had some silly shit to talk about, but shit went other ways. But
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah,
dope
That's how it
ass.
goes every time.
Yeah.
Every time, bro.
We talk. It's like the way we managed to just talk about anything, talk about some goofy shit. The way we fucking transitioned from talking about some shit like that to talking about like some real life,
That's how
personal
the group
shit,
chat convo was really going in real life. You feel me?
Yeah,
We
for
over there
real.
week 1 minute.
Yeah.
Next minute, somebody talking about some bruh.
Yeah.
They hit you with a bruh. Everybody like, what? Man, this bitch don't. Yeah, that shit go there. Everybody in the group chat serious, man.
Yep.
It's a real group chat convo, no cap. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
shit, we spilled a lot of keys, bro, no cap.
Yeah. We talked. We
Drop
yeah.
some dimes.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Let's see what's up.
Not the August
Yeah.
solid, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, though.
Oh, yeah,
Real
man.
talk, man.
Yeah,
This shit
yeah.
lit, man.
Shout out Stony Mountain. Shout out a Different Perspective podcast. Shout out Eat with Zoe. You guys
Man,
know
you
what's
ain't-
up.
Y'all ain't at the Casa de Julie. We got a restaurant on Union Road, man.
Yeah,
Come
definitely
come
shout
eat
out.
up with us, man.
Yes,
we got
sir.
the best food in the damn city.
Definitely shout
Feel
out
me?
them.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out them fucking empanadas.
What in the wings? Crispy wings, man. We don't play about the wings,
God.
man. 15 minutes in the fry, man.
Shout out.
15 minutes. They got the skin on them, John.
Shout out Cristo in the back on the cameras. you
Hell
know.
yeah.
In the
Shout
Kutski.
Shout out 1% Better. Shout out Eli Fit. Shout out the whole gang. Once again, appreciate you. Pulling up. You definitely gonna be on here again.
For sure,
Yeah.
man. For
That's
sure.
definitely a fact,
Some
man.
last minute shit, man. Next one, we going to have a lot of shit lined up to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Might just bring 100K on the table, like I said last time. We might do it like Dirk and them.
Hell yeah.
Man. Until next time.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.